Sports is brought to you by your Pierre sports marketing sponsors, Big West, Beck Motors, Strong Roofing, Superior Concrete, and Ticket, and more. New Edge Advisors, Bureau Phoenix, Capital City Portland, and Contracting, Century Business Products, Agency, and Family Insurance. Sports is also sponsored in part by Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ram Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. And now, Pierre Governors Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
All right, thank you very much, and a good Tuesday evening, everybody, as we get into another week of high school basketball, the only game of the week, in fact, for the Pierre Governors, as we welcome you to T-Area High School, the newest of the AA teams. They started AA last season, and well, they picked up right where they left off once they left Class A when they were one of the best teams in that class. This year, the Titans having a good year. They're 6-1, and they welcome in the 2-5 Pierre Governors. Governors on a struggle a little bit, but they've played a real tough schedule of late, not the least of which included the Washington game on Saturday when the Warriors got the offensive juggernaut going and defeated the Governors 77-57. T-Area played on Saturday in Sioux Falls as well, a Pentagon Classic game. They defeated Sioux Center, Iowa, by the score of 54-52. Close win, but the Titans again are 6-1 on the season. William Wilson running the show in studio, doing technical production for us tonight, and Caleb Brozick, as usual, has made the trip with us as well for Live Ticket, and you can watch this game coming up on the drgnews.com website and our River 92.7 page, also on your DRG News smartphone app, or you can get the link through the Pierre School website that'll get you to gogovs.live. Right now, a sophomore game that's pretty competitive, 43-34, T-Area leading this one with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play. Had a great junior varsity game in the end, a good competitive matchup. Governors had a 9-point lead with about a quarter to go, had to hold on, but they did get a 53-49 win over T-Area in that one. Titans should be favored in the varsity matchup coming up, though, with that 6-1 mark so far. And we'll talk all about it coming up in our Bank West pregame show. Start you off with a 3-minute timeout, and the Bank West pregame show from Bank West for the best is coming up. We'll take a look around the state of basketball in Class AA as we start another week of ball, plus coaches' comments and keys to success, and starting lineups, all that and more as per usual. As we get you covered and we get you into our coverage of Pierre Governor basketball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to T, just southwest of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Brian Oakland with you. The Titans lead the Governors in the sophomore game now 43-38, and we're in the final minute with 51 seconds to go. As it'll become a game of who can hit their free throws and salt this away. See if the Governors can make a couple more shots and continue to close the gap in this one. Again, good competitive ball in the sub-varsities here in T so far. As we hit the road for more road basketball, and for everybody on the road in the high school basketball season or high school sports or whatever the reason here, especially with winter driving, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, and they remind us all to slow the drive, arrive alive. It starts with you, because you've got some place to be, and remember to buckle up every trip, every time. Well, T area got a 3-point free throw plus a steal and a layup, and now they've got an 8-point lead. 3-possession game with under 30 seconds to go. Sophomore game looks like they're in the driver's seat now. But let's take a look at the state of basketball. Class AA coming into this week after some Saturday action that again saw the Governors fall at Sioux Falls, Washington, 77-57. T area with that 2-point win over Sioux Center, Iowa at the Pentagon, 54-52. Harrisburg had a good win over Huron, 72-69 in Harrisburg. Sioux Falls, Lincoln, and Roosevelt dominated the Rapid City schools. Lincoln beating Stevens 89-45, and Roosevelt over Rapid City Central 78-36. Out west in the Black Hills Conference, Douglas gets their first victory of the season with a 64-53 win over the Belle-Fourche Bronx. 1 week from tonight, the Douglas Patriots will provide the opposition for the Governors' next contest. That'll be at Riggs High Gym. Girls will head to Douglas. They don't play until they go out to Douglas next Tuesday. They've got a full 10-day layoff after their loss on Saturday to Sioux Falls, Washington. 7 games tonight, though. Pierre, well, let's take a look at the power rankings right now as T area gets a 7-point victory, 47-40 in the sophomore game. Updated power rankings have Sioux Falls Lincoln at 8-0. The number 1 power-rated team, Sioux Falls Roosevelt, looking strong. Watertown and T area, they are all 6-1, and they're the 2, 3, and 4 teams, respectively. Huron is checking in at 5 right now at 5-2. Spearfish still unbeaten, but the strength of schedule hasn't been the greatest as they are 5-0 and in the 6th spot. Then Mitchell and Harrisburg with 7 and 8 held down in the spots. Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls, Jefferson, O'Gorman, Sturgis at 12, the bottom 4 in the top 16. are Sioux Falls, Washington at 2-5 off of their win over the Governors. Then Rapid City Stevens, Central, and the Pierre Govs are in the 16 spot with a 2-5 record. Yankton at 1-5. Brookings 0-5. Aberdeen and Douglas are also 1-5. Those are the 4 teams on the outside looking in right now. In tonight's schedule, Pierre at T area, also in the ESD. It's Huron at Yankton, Watertown at Aberdeen, and Brandon Valley playing at Harrisburg tonight in the Metro. Mitchell is at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and it should be a good ball game. O'Gorman plays at Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sturgis out west goes to Rapid City Stevens. No games on Thursday this week for boys hoops. Friday, T area will be next in action when they go to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Mitchell goes to Brookings, Watertown at Yankton. Huron plays number 1 Sioux Falls Lincoln. It's Jefferson at Washington and Spearfish at Douglas on Friday. T area again in action on Saturday when they head up to Aberdeen Central to take on the Golden Eagles. And O'Gorman will play at Jefferson on Saturday. On Tuesday and the week ahead, again, the Governors get back at it when they host the Douglas Patriots. And then on Thursday, Brandon Valley comes to Riggs High Gym for an ESD contest. After tonight, after Friday and Saturday, T area with their games on the weekend will next play after that when they go to Mitchell on Thursday of next week ahead. So that's the boys' power rankings right now. Girls, the Governor girls lost to Sioux Falls, Washington on Saturday, 54-22. They lost to Harrisburg last Thursday, 55-28. Governors are 2-5 in the 13 spot right now. T area's girls off to a good start. They're 6-2 and in the 6th seed right now, but they did lose to West Fargo Horace High School out of North Dakota at the Pentagon on Saturday, 70-41. And again, the Governors are off all week. The Lady Titans go to Jefferson on Thursday and then host Aberdeen Central on Saturday in this week ahead. Quick look at girls when we talk about the state of basketball in Class AA. And that's part of our Bank West pregame show. And it is Bank West for the best. Let's go right into keys to success as we talk first with Larry Aker. Drew Weber of the T-Area Titans coming up at Keys to Success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Here's what Coach Aker had to say coming into this one for the Governors against the T-Area Titans. Another week and another game for the Pierre Governors. Let's talk keys to success with Larry Aker, the head coach, come into T area after, Coach, you were down in this part of the woods against Sioux Falls, Washington on Saturday. And that was a game where obviously, maybe it looked like a good matchup on paper, but those guys just played so well and so efficiently. It was amazing how quickly they could score, and they were scoring in all different kinds of ways. I think the big question is about defense going forward. How can you slow teams like that down? Because I think you're going to face another team similar to them tonight in T area.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is when a team shoots 70%, you're not gonna beat them very often. The chances are not very likely. So. We worked on some things again defensively, and again, I thought we did a better job of, stopping the ball in transition, even though we did give up some easy looks. And I thought that, we always tell the kid, we were giving up layups in transition before, and now we stop the ball, they kick it out, and they hit a wide open three. Well, again, you want to give up a layup or, a three in transition. Well, we're giving up 3 in transition, and they made us pay for that. It's just kind of the gamble that you take. But, we did a better job there. So, in the half court, they exposed us a little bit when we went to our trapping defense and got, some easy looks. But, a lot of that was just a misassignment. We didn't do a good job of taking care of the high post. And so kids understand that, and so hopefully we do a better job of taking care of the high post and then finding their shooters.
You don't see a lot of 2-3 zone. A lot of teams don't play zone and AA ball, but our team's finding ways to beat that and get around it. Obviously you can beat it by hitting your threes, but the inside-outside game that Washington showed the other night, as efficient as it was, is that some concern for you right now?
A little bit, and a lot of it comes from just our we got to be a little more physical, a little more aggressive. We're just not hitting our drops or being there on the catch, and with ball pressure. So those things. The good news is, and we've talked about this after every game with the kids, especially the last 3 games, is everything we're seeing is fixable. And a lot of it just comes with a lot of effort. So we're asking a lot of the guys, but we see them do it in practice all the time. So it's not that they can do it. It's just sometimes we're not doing it, and that has to change.
Maybe a step slower because some of these teams are awful quick. And what are you seeing out of T area? I mean, it's a team that's 6-1 so far, and they're capable of also putting a lot of points on the board.
Yeah, really good shooters. Not really inside post game, but they're got kids that can score at all 3 levels. With that being said, so we got our a tough task again ahead of us again tonight. So again, got to stop them in transition, and then just got to find their shooters, and we got to do a better job on the boards too. That just kind of seems when teams do miss, then they're getting offensive rebounds. All 5 guys got to crash the boards, and we got to limit them to 1 shot in a possession.
Yeah, and maybe defensively, it's just like when the ball's moving around, it's almost just a case of recognition or anticipation of where you think or where you feel that ball is going to be heading, and be right there on the spot.
Yeah, a lot of our defense is anticipating the next play, without really guessing, and so the anticipation has to be there, and we gotta do a better job at that. And I think once we start doing that, it'll help us out in all facets.
All right, Coach, looking forward to this one. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Here's Larry Aker, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, with Coach's comments and keys to success in our pregame that's brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's step aside and hear from them, and we'll speak with Drew Weber, the head coach of the T Area Titans. Keys to success continue. This is Governor Basketball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, the home head coach will be Drew Weber, the T Titans, as we continue with keys to success. Coach, off to a 6-1 start, man. You guys are playing well so far. You had a 2-point win over a team, that was just, a random team at the Pentagon, Sioux Center, Iowa. But that's kind of typical of the way that you guys have been playing. You've had some really tight games. Lost one, but also had a good 4-point win over Watertown, I remember, a couple of weeks ago. And even though it's never easy, but you guys are certainly finding ways to win here still early in the season.
Yeah, just saying it's never easy is exactly right. Nothing about playing in our conference and on our class, and then with the non-conference games that we play out of state, nothing is ever easy. And that's kind of our mantra of understanding that you're going to get punched in the face. All these teams are good. All these teams have college athletes, whether or not they're basketball players or whatever, and they're well coached. And there's lots and lots of talent in our state. And every night you're going to get punched in the face, and how you respond is kind of, dictate how your season's going to go. And so far, we've really responded really well, and hopefully we can continue that. It'd be nice to play a little more complete games, a full 32 minutes, as they say, would be nice, but we're working our way there.
Some wins over Sioux Center, as we said, 2-pointer on Saturday, but Sioux City North last week also. How do you compare those teams to what the competition level is among the ESD and especially among the Metro teams?
Yeah, Sioux Center's a really good team. They are very good, deep, score 9 guys that can score. Really well coached team. That was a really good win for us at the Pentagon. We didn't play very well for stretches in that game too, and there's some injuries and some things, and And middle of the third quarter, it looked like it was going to flip and things were going to get away from us, but we responded really well. Some guys, some unlikely guys gave us a big spark there, kind of got us back, and we held on for dear life. Late, Sioux City North is a really big school. They got a lot of athletes. We were fortunate to play them when they hadn't played for 2 weeks. They didn't play over Christmas break, and we got them right after. Didn't play very well, particularly in that game, especially offensively. But after the first quarter, we really played well defensively, and that was the name of that game. So that's kind of what we do. You know, we're going to have some stretches where we don't do some things well, especially on the offensive end. But hopefully, we just grind defensively and try to stack some stops in a row and can make a run. And we've done that in some games, but it's not something that's easy to just count on every night.
All right, Pierre coming in here, and they've had their struggles, of course, playing a really tough schedule of late. But what do you see out of that team and the challenges you'll face tonight?
Yeah, when you're playing those metro schools and you're giving up the size that Pierre's got to give up, especially on the perimeter. People don't talk about that as much. Of the big guy in the middle is always a concern. You know, if a team's got a 6'9" guy in the middle that's capable, that's always a concern, but it's really the perimeter that separates the best teams from the next level. You know, Huron's one of those teams that's got a lot of length on the perimeter. Sioux Falls, Washington, and Lincoln and Roosevelt, these teams, they got a lot of length on the perimeter and a lot of talent to go with them. Pierre, on the other hand, does not. So these last few games, they've been mismatched on the size-wise. You know, that's not going to be a problem for them tonight because we're small as it can be, you know. So that's really going to come down to guard play tonight. If our guards can play well and execute. We haven't played a ton of big men that are as athletic as Terwilliger is. So that's going to be a concern, how we can control the paint with his presence in there. But really, tonight's going to come down to which team's going to execute. You know, both of these teams have had stretches where they played really poorly, and both of these teams have had stretches where they played really well. And we just got to win those stretches, you know. So that'll be the key.
All right, Coach, good to talk to you again. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
That's Drew Weber, who we've gotten to know over the years. In fact, he came to T area a few years back from Colombe, South Dakota. And before he was at Colombe, he was actually the boys basketball coach at Winter, hired the exact same year that Larry Aker was hired to run the girls program in Winter. Aker was there for 13 years. Weber left for Colombe after 1 year, following up the legendary Jim Drake in boys basketball down at Winter, South Dakota. So there's kind of a coaching full circle here tonight with Coaches Weber and Aker in this one. Coaches' comments, keys to success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's run through our starting lineups real quick. Couple of minutes left in our pregame countdown. The starters are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Once again, the Governors will be playing without starting guard Caden Hayharts with a knee sprain. Will miss his second straight game. The 6'2" junior is out, replaced by Darren Deal, the 6' sophomore guard, who will play along with Logan Whitty, 5'11" junior, and Corday Austin, the 6'3" senior, in the backcourt for the Pierre Governors. Lincoln Dill just had a fine game at Washington High on Saturday. The 6'4" senior comes in at one forward, and Cooper Terwilliger, the post, at 6'6", and a junior for the Governors, with Whitty, Austin, and Deal in the backcourt. Dilgis and Terwilliger up front. Sincere Wilson will be the sixth man, the first off the bench, the 5'11" senior for the Pierre Governors. 2-5 on the season. Head coach Larry Aker, assisted by the veterans Skip Kurth, Craig Ullman, and Kelly Brandt. Starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech. Let's hear from them. We'll meet the T-Area Titans when we return with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
The Envirotech starting lineups for the home team, the T-Area Titans, as they go this way. Gavin Shaw is a 6'1 junior starting at one guard. Mitch Grant, a 6'3 sophomore, is also in the backcourt, and the forwards are Griffin Weavinga, a 6'4 junior, Caden Williamson, a 6'3 senior, and Lane Sieber, a 6'3 junior for T-Area. Gavin Shaw, Mitch Grant, the guards, Griffin Weavinga, Caden Williamson, and Lane Sieber, the three up front. The Titans will feature Caden Bonenberger, a 5'9 senior guard off the bench, along with Dashel Lowry, a 6-foot senior guard. Titans are 6-1, fourth power rated right now in the AA rankings. Head coach is Drew Weber, assisted by Clay Robinson, Sam Skolton, Garrett Johnson, and Sam Willard, a familiar name to Pierre folks as well. The starting lineup's brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's pause for 3 minutes, and we've got more coming up, and we'll meet our officials also when we come back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Back at T-Area, Bank West pregame show continues, and they had a nice write-up and recitation about our game officials who will be officiating this one. It's just a great way to remind everybody about sportsmanship and things like that, and our law on the court are here, and they're brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. We certainly thank them for doing a thankless job in officiating high school basketball. Tonight's game officials are Chad DeYoung, John Garrow, and Adam Kellenberger, our law on the court from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office. We appreciate them once again. Chad DeYoung, John Garrow, Adam Kellenberger, thanks, guys, for being the law on the court from the Attorney General's office. Let's hear from them and Comtech, and we're tipping this off in 1 minute. Governor basketball is next on River 92.7.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986. Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech sponsors our opening tip. That's coming up in just another 30 seconds to a minute or so. Brian Oakland play-by-play. Caleb Brozick from Live Tickets on camera. Watch this matchup coming up on drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, as well as hear it on River 92.7. You can watch it on your smartphone app, DRG News, as well. And William Wilson providing technical direction in studio. Before we go any further, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Quick setup of what's to come in Governor Sports on the way, and this is the first time we'll see Governors against T area this week, but we've got another opportunity. In fact, our next broadcast will be our first wrestling coverage of the season. Thursday, the T area Titans and the Watertown Arrows will come to Riggs High Gym, and we'll have a triangular to broadcast. Governors wrestle T area at 4 o'clock, and then Watertown at about 7 o'clock. The two duels coming up Thursday. Right now it's basketball time, and the Comtech opening tip is controlled by the Titans, who are out in home white with the navy blue numbers, gold trim. They'll head from right to left as you watch this one at drgnews.com. Governors are out in their road blacks. A left elbow shot, two-pointer missed by Gavin Shaw, the first shot attempt of the night, and it's pulled down by Jaron Deal. And the Governors black with the green numbers and white trim heading from left to right here in our opening half of play. And again, Brian Oakland with a little bit of a voice issue. Hopefully the voice will be better than I had it on Saturday, but already a little bit raspy. Here comes Logan Whitty, left side of the lane, got double teamed as he tries to kick it back. Gavin Shaw with the steal, and he will send it the other way or hustle it the other way and lay it up and in. The Titans will strike first here at T area. Great gym to play some ball in. Big bleacher sections on both ends of the court, even though smaller bleacher sections, about 10 rows to 12 to 15 rows up on the sides. Whitty tries to pass across the lane, but through the hands of the intended recipient. I think that was Corday Austin, but the Governors will turn it over for the second time in as many possessions. Have yet to get a shot up. The Titans lead 2-0. Minute in so far. Shot playing catch, top of the key with Grant. He gets it back left side, top of the key. Now goes across the way to the far side. Griffin Wiebinga to Grant. Now a little penetration, kick out down to the corner, and a three ball up. No good, missed by Lane Sieber. Governors get a rebound from Lincoln Dilgis. Here they come. Now it's Corday Austin, the right side in the corner. The three ball up, no good. Titans rebound here. There was a good look for Austin on his first attempt of the night, first shot attempt of the night for the Govs. Here's Sieber for three. That won't go, and it's a Williger rebound on the backside. Check it. That was Grant firing from distance. Now the Governors back on it. Still trailing 2-0. Still looking for their first productive output of the night. Pass gets away from Terwilliger. He runs it down. Now gets it back to Jaron Deal. 2 minutes into this one, Deal gets, interrupted in his progress. Had to run down a loose ball. Governor possession clock is down to 10. Deal lost it again. Another retreat. Now to Corday Austin. He'll work on the baseline, and his fadeaway shot no good. Deal just had a second chance, and then he is blocked. Deal just got it back, tried one more time, but overshoots, and it's a shot clock violation on the Governors. Great defense, 2 blocks there for the Titans. But the Governors come up short. And again, officially, that'll be a shot clock violation. As the Titans have it in a 2-0 lead. Right elbow attempt here. Terwilliger will take the rebound away. No, he won't. It's kept alive by the Titans. Caden Williamson, and then picked up on the left side layup. Finger roll short for Griffin Wiebinga. Governors out of there with it. And Terwilliger had it, but now Terwilliger running down. A transition effort for the Titans. Loose ball picked up by Mitch Grant. And he wins the race on the breakaway. So 4-0 here with 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Fast-paced game so far. But that was a steal by Grant. 4 turnovers for the Governors early on. They just have not gotten anything going as Austin tries to get it back to Deal, and Jaron Deal has to go in catch-up mode and hustle mode once again into the backcourt. He does run it down. As Austin has it, the Governors have 5 to shoot on the shot clock. Deal will drive. Now he cuts across the lane and then puts it up and in off the glass. Tough shot for Jaron Deal, but he sidestepped a charge, what would have been an attempt to take a charge by a Titan defender. 4-2, Governors on the board for the first time at the 4:10 mark now of quarter number 1. Titans right to left. Austin goes for a steal. Too late on that. Drive the baseline. Mitch Grant off the glass, and it's good. Good athletic move for the sophomore, Mitch Grant. Governors and Titans played football in the quarterfinal round of the playoffs last fall. Mitch Grant, the quarterback of that team, a team that the Governors beat 35-7 on their way to the Empire striking back. Now, again, the Governors are 11 AA champions, but they've got work to do here. Trailing 6-2. This is Austin inside to Terwilliger. Terwilliger trying to muscle his way back into a shot attempt, but his shot is blocked, taken away by the Titans. Now Shaw down the lane. That's up no good. Lincoln Dill just muscles the rebound. And the Governors get a timeout in here. I thought the whistle was going to be a foul. That's not the case, but it is a Governor timeout. They'll have the basketball when we come back. Let's step away for a 30-second Coke break. Timeout's brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. 6-2, Titans with 3:20 to play. Quarter number 1. This is Governor basketball.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
216-6758. 605-216-6758.
We're back in T. First time out taken by the Governors here first quarter. Sincere Wilson checks in place of Logan Whitty for substitution for either team so far. Governors obviously don't go very deep. T area is only going to go about 7 deep as long as the game dictates. Here's Wilson down to the right block. Back to Dilgis. Shot a little bit short. Caught underneath by Jaron Deal, who was fouled in the act of shooting. Going back up with it. And the Governors will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. First foul in this game, and it's whistled on Gavin Shaw. His first personal. Deal gets 2, and the first one will find its way down. Shooter's touch there makes it 6-3. We've got 2:58 to go. Quarter number 1. Slow start offensively, really, for both teams. As Deal's second free throw is good as well. Jaron with all 4 so far for the Governors. 6-4 the score. Titans will bring it right to left across the timeline. They do have a new player in there, Dashiell Lowry, the 6-foot senior. Number 1, had it just now, got rid of it. Over to the far side, Griffin Wiebinga now back this way. Nice feed underneath. Caden Williamson bobbled it, picks it up, misses from close range, and Dilgis is down with the rebound. The Governors head the other way. Here again in road black tonight. Deal gets his pocket picked. Williamson too quick this time, and Caden Williamson with an easy breakaway layup. Deal struggling And again, the Governors are going to struggle with guard play from time to time, but the Titans have been very quick. Here's Wilson, very quick, but another shot blocked here. Nick Williamson got up high on that one. Long three, long rebound off of a miss. Gavin Schad has it off of a miss by Weavinga. Now a three here for Schad. Got it back from Weavinga. And the Titans lead by 7 with 5 in a row. In the last minute plus, 11-4 our score now with a minute 45. Counting down as Deal sets up. First pass to Corday Austin. Titans have taken Corday out of this game. Austin's pass telegraphed, and it's stolen once again. And the Governors have got to make a ball fake or something of the sort. A steal for Gavin Schad. He wins the race once again to the breakaway layup, and it's 13-4, and another timeout needed to settle down and shore up the passing game for the Pierre Governors. Minute 28 to go in the first. It's 13-4. Another 30-second Coke break, and we'll be back with more Governor basketball.
Use renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
For those so far, and we invite you to listen throughout our broadcast for the Rounds Financial Services highlight plays of the game. Rounds Financial Services, where your money works for you. Mosaic Wealth member, SIPC, Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Here's Terwilliger, nice spin move and a big first step heading toward the bucket. Cooper Terwilliger scores off the glass from the left side, and that'll end a 7-0 rally by the Titans. 13-6 our score as we're in the final minute of quarter number 1. Dashel Lowry down to Caden Williamson. Now he finds Schad up top, and Gavin Schad will put his second 3-ball down in a row. Suddenly the Titans build a 10-point lead, 16-6. 30 seconds to go. Shot clock still on, about 4 seconds less than the game clock. Sincere Wilson with it. Governors have to be careful with these cross-court passes. Here comes Corday Austin. Spin move in the lane. Boy, Corday's getting physicaled up defensively. He'll get it back. Left corner. Drives baseline. Nothing there. Out to Whitty with 4 on the shot clock. 3-ball no good. Backside offensive rebound taken down by Cooper Terwilliger, and he gets fouled by Williamson on the floor. So the Governors keep possession alive here. And as they still have it, they'll have 3.5 seconds to try to get a final shot down to close out the first quarter. Terwilliger will check out. Jaron Deal back in for the Govs. Big man Trey Severin, a 6'7" senior, checks in. The lob from Deal comes into Austin. Up in the air, he could not put it down as that one rims in and out, and a half-court shot by Dashel Lowry is off the mark, and we will see our first quarter come to an end on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. The home team up. T-Area 16 and the Governors 6. A 10-point ball game. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 1 minute. Quarter number 2 coming back when you listen to Pierre Governor basketball. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Titan Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Banking advisor. Call or visit us online at abt.bank today.
Welcome back to T Area High School. Titans lead 16-6. Governors have the first possession, and a good start here as Jaron Deal will feed to Corday Austin down in the corner, left side. Corday's first shot of the day finds its way down from distance. Governors back within 7 at 16-6, or 16-6 after 1, now 16-9. Pierre was just 2 of 11 on the floor in that first quarter of play. Gavin Shaw wants the answer. He hit 2 in a row, but not this time from long distance. Terwilliger is down with a Pierre rebound. Pierre heads back left to right. Jaron Deal with a hesitation. High off the glass, and it's down. Deal ends up on the floor, but the shot is good without a whistle. It's 16-11, first 5 of the second period to the visiting Governors. Far side with it, Caden Bonenberger, sharp shooting 5'9" junior on the floor for the first time. Titans working down to the baseline, back out around the perimeter. Bonenberger on the left wing with it. Inside, outside again. Dashiell Lowry starts the second period too. Here's Bonenberger up top for 3, but that one off the back of the rim, no good. Dill just blocks out and has the rebound for Pierre. Titans not blessed with a lot of size. They do have one player who's out due to injury, Blake Lundeen, a 6'8" sophomore who is not playing tonight. He might be back soon. There's Dill just feeding underneath, and Austin goes reverse, right to left, and the Governors score 7 in a row to start the second period to cut it down to 3. 16-13. Drew Weber needs a break in the action here, brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. T-Area timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor basketball.
And neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Time ago is now 16-13. Governors with a 7-0 rally to start our second period of play. Out of the Coca-Cola timeout, Brian Oakland, glad to have you aboard here on this Tuesday night. Girls not playing tonight. The girls matchup with T-Area will be later in the season, and that will be at Riggs High Gym when it does get played. And I think that's in February, much later in the season. 6:05 to go in the second quarter. Jaron Deal will knock one away out of the mitts of Griffin Wiebenga. As the inbound comes to Mitch Grant, not without a stumble, though. He finally gets it, and against Austin, he tries to dump it back underneath the Wiebenga on the left block, but Governors get a hand on it, knock it away. So T-Area trying to find their bearings, so to speak, here early in the second quarter. Here is Grant on the move. Shad will kick up top, and Wiebenga for 3. That's no good. Terwilliger, much higher than everybody else, trying to get the rebound. Will pull it down. And the Governors can try to continue a 7-0 rally to start our second quarter. Here's Austin near side. Pass back underneath to Terwilliger is tipped. Cooper with a 5-footer off the baseline. No good. Austin cleans the glass and puts it back up and in. The Governors on a 9-0 rally. Starting our second quarter, we've got a 1-point ball game. 16-15. Another Rounds Financial Services highlight play. The offensive putback. Shot for 3. Will not go. Terwilliger rebounds again. Highlight plays from Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Now Whitty tries to get one in to Terwilliger, but that's knocked away. Transition, and Whitty comes down on top of Griffin Wiebenga in the act of shooting. The shot is negated, but we will have free throws for the Titans for the first time tonight. First personal for Logan Whitty. First foul called against Pierre on the evening. T-Area only had 1 in that first quarter. We're 3 minutes in, 5 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll even get to shoot a pair. The first one, no problem, as that ends a 9-0 rally for the Governors. to start the second quarter of play, 17-15 with one more pending here for the Titans. We even get 2 for 2. Good shooting touch for a guy that I think of as a lineman in football, but soft touch from the free throw stripe on the basketball court. 18-50, Titans, it's 15 rather, Titans by 3. Still a lot of time to go here in the second quarter. Austin has it on the right wing. His pass stolen by Shaw. Gavin Shaw twice has seen Corday Austin passes coming. Gavin Shaw goes the distance and lays it up and in over Logan Whitty. Well, that's how the Titans built a 16-6 lead at the end of one, was by seeing the passes coming. Here, Dilgis tries to lob one up for Austin, but that one actually goes off the glass and off the rim. And Drew Weber frustrated that the Titans weren't able to handle the ricochet. Caden Williamson will check out. Dashel Lowry back in. The Governor's got a break there that turns basically into a shot by Dilgis, but Pierre will have a new possession. But they trail 20-15. Now the Titans have scored 4 in a row after Pierre cut a 16-6 hold down to 16-15. Dilgis top of the key. He'll drive right side, bodies up, but that's good defense right there by Griffin Wiebenga, who will get the rebound off of a short layup attempt from Lincoln Dilgis. Loose ball on the floor. Terwilliger involved. He'll come up with it. First takeaway for the Governors. Here comes Austin. And he'll pump fake, and down on top of him comes Mitch Grant. And Corday Austin with a couple of push-ups. But he peels himself up off the floor. Sincere Wilson will check in the play stoppage. That foul once again to the Titans, their first of the quarter. And it is Caden Williamson. No, he already had one. It's Mitch Grant who gets the foul this time, his first. Here's another steal in the middle of the lane, and Grant's on the other side. I think that was Wiebenga who came up with it. Feeds up the floor, and Mitch Grant will score the 2. And again, the defense for T area helping them build a cushion again, 22-15. Deal backing in, leaves it with Sincere Wilson. Top of the key, now to Austin. 3:15 to play here in the second period. Austin to challenge Grant. Pump fake in the air, actually double pump. Grant able to alter the shot. Brought down by the Titans. Down to the baseline. Second pass, an extra pass back to the left wing. Still out on the perimeter. Skip it across the far side. Gavin Shaw. Gets it back from Wiebenga. Shaw again. Quick passes against this 2-3 zone. Titans have it underneath. Now they get it back to Wiebenga. Off the glass. It's short. Tipped by Grant. It stays alive. And the offensive rebound controlled by Dashel Lowry. Second chance for the Titans here. Back up top. Wiebenga for 3. No. In and out. No good. And the rebound is tipped, and the Governors will come down with it. Corday Austin. Wiebenga 0 for 3 from long range. Under 2.5 to go here in the second. 22-15. Govs could use a basket again. They scored the first 9, but the last 6 have been scored by the Titans here in the quarter. Back to that 7-point advantage. Wilson going to fire a 3 from the left wing. That's a little bit strong. Off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound to Lowry. He'll push it up ahead. Across the far sideline. Or up the far side. Here's Grant. And Shaw down low. Williamson back up top. Grant to Shaw again. Finds space in the lane and puts the floater up and in. Gavin Shaw leading the Titans right now with 14 points here in the first half. 2 threes and 4 twos. Titans lead by 9. 24-15. Now they've scored 8 straight. Wilson, as he drives off of a Dilgis screen, he takes a push from Dashel Lowry. Dashel picks up his first personal. The Governors will throw in from the far side. Lane Sievers, starting guard, back in. 6'3" junior. Logan Whitty is back in as Corday Austin will catch a break. The Governors get smaller with that substitution. Now Lincoln Dilgis may have to do a little more underneath the basket, perhaps. The weave here, Sincere Wilson with it. Up top. Well, Dill just wants a three, and that's online, but it's in and out, no good. Rebound stripped away by Mitch Grant. He wants to run the floor. Kicks it back. Shot for three, finds the open man underneath instead, and that's Wiebenga. What a great pass there by Gavin Shad. And Wiebenga puts the bunny home. 10 in a row scored by the Titans. It's 26-15. Rounds Financial Services highlight play again for the Titans. There's another pass stolen by Shad. Breakaway layup. It's all by himself. Gavin Shad with 4 steals now, and I think every one of them has been intercepted passes turned into breakaway layups. He's got 16. 28-15 Titans. There's another tip pass. This one will find its way to the Titans bench. And the Governors will get a throw in. Austin quickly back in to give Dilgis a break. Can't say enough about the anticipation of the T-area Titans. They're seeing these passes coming. The Governors may be telegraphing them much too easily. Personally, or perhaps too much. By the way, 20 seconds to go. Oh, Logan Whitty is down on the floor. He loses the basketball. Wiebenga finishes the breakaway after Williamson picked up that loose ball. And the officials will stop play here as Logan Whitty has an issue with his left ankle. The Governors cannot afford to lose anybody to injury, certainly not the starting lineup. They're only going or trying to go 6 deep tonight. Caden Aharts is already out. So who comes in for Pierre? Well, Jaron Deal is back in. He was on the bench. Sincere Wilson's still in there, but these 5 are probably going to have to play a whole lot of minutes the rest of the way. 30-15 Titans are rolling again here in the second. 4 seconds to go. Terwilliger against the defense on the baseline. Too strong. The shot altered. And the rebound down to the Titans to close out the second quarter of play. The Governors scored the first 9. Didn't score again the rest of the second period. T-Area scores 14 in a row after that. And your Gales Gas Service scoreboard has T-Area on top of the Govs 30-15. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre, as we'll pause for 3 minutes and head into halftime and talk about it. Halftime sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in Pierre, the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue. 3 minutes away, and we're back with more Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pipe Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson Auto, our legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
On the court, at least, in that second half, probably a sprained ankle or something to that effect that he suffered late in the second quarter. So the Pierre 5 on the floor, including Sincere Wilson in Whitty's place, will probably be called upon to do as much as possible for the last 16 minutes of play here. Second half underway, and the second half throw in like the opening tip brought to you by Comtech on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Welcome aboard. Again, Tuesday night. How about Sincere Wilson stealing a pass and taking it the distance? What a start for Sincere Wilson, giving T-Area a little bit of a taste of their own medicine is what they did in much of that first half of play. Wilson starts with a Rounds Financial Services highlight play for the Governors. Even though they've got a hill to climb, it's 30-17. Nice ball movement here. Gavin Schad with the finish off the feed by Caden Williamson. And Schad, who had 16 in the first half, has 18 now. 2-2 to start for each team here in the second half of play. Governors in road black tonight, moving from right to left now in the second half. Titans in home white. We'll head left to right, and we've got a reach here as Jaron Deals on the top of the key. As Blaine Sieber reaches in upon him, and Sieber going to check out. He might have drawn blood, but he also got Jaron Deal up on the head, reaching for that basketball. Sieber's first personal checks out. Dashel Lowry, 6-foot senior, will come in. And the official making sure Jaron Deal is okay as well. Just about a minute in here in second half, 32 17. Deal finds Wilson. He'll penetrate into the lane. Looked like he might have had a possible layup. He dishes out to Corday Austin. Austin drives baseline, tries a reverse from left to right. No good. Cooper Terwilliger pulls down the offensive rebound. And Cooper fouled on the way back up. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul goes to Williamson. It's his second personal. Terwilliger's first free throw attempts of the evening. First one off the mark, though, no good. Again, 32-17 our score. Cooper T's second one is good, his third point of the game. 14-point T area lead just underway here in the second half. Governor's off for a week after this one. Governor Girls, who played last on Saturday against Sioux Falls, Washington, not playing tonight. They are also off until next Tuesday night when they go to Douglas. Gavin Shaw with a 3. In the meantime, fed by Williamson, 17-point lead. Wilson looking for the answer, and he's got it. Terwilliger with the assist. Sincere Wilson for 3. He's got 5 to start the quarter here for the Governors, 35-21. Boy, if he can continue to contribute off the bench for the Governors, they get a big boost in play. Mitch Grant drives left baseline up high. The shot was blocked, but there is a foul. And it's Jaron Deal who might have gotten Grant from behind. I think Austin may have had a clean block from in front of Mitch Grant. Austin came up, showed the presence, and had to alter his shot. And the first of 2 is up, no good. Second one for Grant battles home. 7 points for Mitch Grant, 1 out of 2, 6:07 to go. Third quarter, 15-point T area lead. Titans 6-1 on the season. Terwilliger across the lane, underneath. Wilson, tough shot, but it's up and good. Sincere with 7 to start the second half. In fact, he's got 7 of the 8 points. Terwilliger with a free throw as well for the Governors here in the third period. 36-23, shot down the lane. Pass is tipped and picked off. Jaron Deal with the steal. Here comes Jaron, but now Shad steals it right back. Somebody hung back. That is Grant. And he will get the layup. The Governor's a little bit late in catching back up. And again, Shad contributes to the assist in the passing game. Here's Terwilliger underneath. There's Shad with another steal. Gavin, breakaway. Oh, he pump fakes and got Corday Austin to fly by. Gavin Shad with another basket. Shad is everywhere tonight. 6'1" junior leading the Titans. His scoring total is well over 20 now. He's already up to 23 at 16 at the half. Here's Austin. He'll go baseline and reverse. Pretty play there for Corday Austin. Highlight play, smooth enough for a Rounds Financial Services highlight play. It's Rounds Financial Services where your money works for you in Pierre, but still a 15-point Titan lead. Here's Williamson down the lane, spinning. Shot is up, no good. A little strong. Austin rebounds for the Governors. Up ahead, Lincoln Dilgis scores. Transition basket for the Governors. Haven't seen that too much. Dilgis actually with his first field goal of the night. Here within 13 again, 40-27. Still not quite halfway through our third quarter of play. Titans slowing up in half court just a little bit. Bouncer down to Griffin Wiebenga off the left block. He finds Dashel Lowry up top. Dashel penetrates, and we got a foul on the floor called on Dilgis. His first. Pierre has 2 so far in the third period. Lowry checks out. Caden Bodenberger, the 5'9" senior, in for the Titans. He's talking to Drew Weber about injuries and guys they're missing. We mentioned Blake Lundeen, the sophomore, out tonight. They're already missing Brenner Conrad, who is a really talented football player, but he suffered his second ACL in as many years. And he lost the football season and, of course, basketball season to that. Here's a 3 on a kick out. Williamson to Griffin Wiebenga, who hits his first of the night in 4 tries. And a timeout taken by Drew Weber and T Area as they up the lead to 16. This is a full Coca-Cola timeout. 3:37 to play in the third. 43-27. Home team. We're back in a minute. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John, welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Have a 16-point advantage, 43-27. Governors will try to keep that offense coming, but they've got to keep the possessions alive as well. Here's Wilson down to the block. The spin move, and the short jumper is up and good. Sincere Wilson having himself a quarter. It's 43-29. He has 9 points off the bench. Now to lead the Governors, all here in the third period. There's a 3 ball for Caden Bonenberger. I mentioned the word sharp shooting when I described him the first time he came onto the floor in the first half. Back-to-back threes for the Titans offensively, and they lead 46-29. Here's Terwilliger feeding to Dilges. Baseline jumper, 17-footer, good here. Lincoln's got 2 shots down in a row here in the quarter. The Titans will be happy to trade 3 for 2 anytime. The last 2 threes for T Area have been countered by 2-pointers for the Governors. 46-31. Shot fades back at the free throw line. Shot short. Jaron Deal down with the rebound. A rare miss for Gavin Schad. Here's Wilson setting things up. First pass to Deal on the far side. 2:15 to go, third quarter. Governors playing well, but the Titans haven't slowed down either here since halftime. Terwilliger has it out on the perimeter. Now dribbles it down low, loses it, but that was tipped away according to the official. And Caden Williamson says, no, I didn't touch it. Titan bench didn't think he did, but it'll stay with the Governors. 13 on the shot clock on the inbound. Here's Deal in the perimeter, tried to lob it in to Terwilliger, but Williamson gets a hand on it, and the Titans will take it away. 46-31 still, looking to add to a 15-point advantage. 1:50 to play. We're in the third quarter. Yet another steal for T Area, though. Here's Bonenberger from Grant, now back to Mitch Grant. Right wing, the lob this time from Schad is down to Wiebenga. Back to Schad, quick fire 3, no go from the corner. But Wiebenga rebounds and now suddenly loses it. Coming out of there with it is Jaron Deal. Deal stops things and slows it up. Governors on the offensive. Lincoln Dill just fakes left, drives right through defenders, and Dill just puts it up and in. Highlight play from Rounds Financial Services on the layup for Lincoln Dilges. Rounds Financial Services and Pierre. Titans had a backdoor cut set up perfectly, but Wiebenga leads Gavin Schad too far out of bounds. That's turnover number 4 for the Titans in the second half, but only 5 overall in the game. As Williamson and Grant will catch breaks here in the final minute plus of the third quarter. Lane Siebert, starting forward, is back in. Siebert's had a tough night. I don't know if the Governors want to attack him. He almost looks a little disinterested right now. Meanwhile, Tayson Thiel gets a minute of play to close out the third quarter for the Pierre Governors. Here's Terwilliger inside, up top. Jaron Deal, quick first step, double pump, and the shot is up and in on the layup. Jaron Deal for 2, and we've got an 11-point ball game, 46-35. Another pretty layup. How about that highlight play for Rounds Financial Services? 3 for the Titans, no. Dashiell Lowry off the mark. Corday Austin down with a rebound. The Governors can play for a last shot and try to get this thing down within single digits. Austin will get it back. Deal saved to steal. Here's Terwilliger. 9 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Deal fires a 3. Yes! The Governors are within 8. Final shot. Too much. Maybe not would have. I guess it would have counted, but Weavenga is too strong off the glass, and the Governors have cut it to 8 at 46-38. At the end of 3 quarters of play, that's your score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 60 seconds, and we're back. Quarter number 4 coming up. This is Governor Basketball.
Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
In the third quarter, Gov shot 9 of 10. Spearheaded by Sincere Wilson off the bench in place of the injured Logan Whitty. Whitty with an ankle injury at the end of the first half. The Governors were down by 15 at the half, now trail by 8, and they've got the basketball in the alternating possession to start our fourth quarter of play. Sincere on the drive, and a blocked shot, but he keeps it alive, gets it out to Austin. And the Governors working with it on the left side. Shot clock will keep going. We're inside of 15. Austin, tough shot against defenders, but can't get it to go, and the rebound is down to the Titans. Mitch Grant will bring it up. Titans took a verbal beating, so to speak, from their head coach, Drew Weber, who was very hot. Did not like how that third quarter came to an end for his Titans. But they get a block shot, and a job well done on the first defensive trip. Now Griffin Weavinga hits a 3. And the Titans have a good start to the fourth quarter. They lead by 11. Governors get a great pass from Dilgis underneath to Cooper Terwilliger. Cooper puts it up and in. We got a 9-point game, 49-40. 6:50 to go. Fourth quarter. Again, just underway here at T Area High School. Titans in the ESD. If you weren't aware, when they came into AA. Here is Deal trying to reach around Weavinga, denying an entry pass, but Jaron, it's too much of the body, has his second personal foul. Governors have not committed an awful lot of fouls in this game. Nobody's in foul trouble, but that is their first team foul of the final period. Inbound comes from underneath, out to Weavinga. Shot, fakes 3, puts it on the floor. Floater is in and out and back in again. Off the glass, and Gavin Schad continues his big scoring night. He's got a half a century on the board. 25 for Gavin Schad. 51-40 Titans. Wilson has this dribble knocked away by Weavinga. Here we'll throw in from their own bench to our left. 6:15 to go. Governors have had their ups and downs, but so far, you got to applaud the way they've been playing in this game. Titans come in 6-1. Governors just 2 and 5 rather. Govs have to keep it coming, though. Terwilliger off the right wing to Wilson. Back in, Terwilliger, tip pass out to Austin. He'll fire three in the corner, misses everything, but there's a foul underneath as Deal catches it on the fly with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Wibinga pushes him from behind. That'll be a foul on Griffin, his first. Governors maybe got bailed out, although Deal, I think if he catches that, he probably could have put a reverse up. Here's Sieber running the floor, fed by, I believe that was Shaw who gives it to him, and Lane Sieber. A good transition finish after another takeaway by the Titans from underneath the basket. Now a timeout called by Larry Aker with 5:41 to go. They've got 3 full timeouts left, so let's take a 60 in this Coca-Cola breaking the action. Titans by 13, 53-40. Back in a minute on River 92.7.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a...
Back in T, 5:41 to play here, fourth quarter. As the Governors try to get the inbound play in. Corday Austin with it to Jaron Deal, and he's given space. He launches a three, and he hits it. Big basket, even though the Governors still looked a little bit tentative. I wasn't so sure they were all on the same page on that inbound play. Doesn't matter, though. Deal just puts a 3-ball down, and we've got a 10-point game, 53-43. A lot of time to go in this one. Shot has his pocket picked by Sincere Wilson on the way up. Governors get a takeaway. Pierre across the timeline. Now Austin underneath Sincere. Pump fake, got a man in the air, but he'll kick it back out. Deal slowing things down just a bit. Right side, top of the key. Now Sincere Wilson comes to take it back. Fakes a pass inside to Terwilliger. He goes to Dilgis on the perimeter. Dilgis back to Deal, rimming it in and out for three. No good. Mitch Grant up high for the rebound, and the Governors will clip in there. Boy, Jaron Deal just about hit another one. I would have put this one back to 7, but that one came out after being halfway down. Cooper Terwilliger, the guilty party, on his first personal foul. Team foul number 2 for the Governors in the quarter. 4:40 to go. We're in the fourth. 53-43. Govs hanging tough with the 4th power-rated team in South Dakota AA boys basketball. Here's Lane Sieber. Got a little more fire in his game after that third quarter break when that Titan team really got a talking to from Drew Weber, and they certainly have responded. Looks like Terwilliger going to pick up another foul as things got a little chaotic under the basket. Titans will get a new shot clock. They'll inbound off the right side of the key. To our right. Inbound to Shad. Shad will get it back. Governors were giving him room. Now Dill just gets a hand on a passing lane and a steal from inside the paint. Dill just almost double dribbled, but he'll back it off to reset. Now Jaron Deal. 4:05 to go in the fourth. Deal on the floater. Shot is blocked. Great play, Mitch Grant there. His Deal is denied. And the Titans come down with it. Here's Wiebenga on the baseline. That's up and good. Feed from Shad. Griffin Wiebenga in double digits. Shad's got the big numbers, but Griffin Wiebenga's got 14 points of support as well. 55-43. Titans by a dozen now. Governors get it into Terwilliger, backing in against 2 defenders, tries to get it over to Waston. Grant takes it away. Up ahead, Shad, transition again. Gavin Shad with a finish. But Mitch Grant made the play, and Larry Aker needs another timeout. Just when the Governors get a run going, the transition defense, the steals turned into buckets. That's T-Area's MO tonight, and they lead by 14 with a 60-second Coca-Cola break in the action. 3:24 to play, 57-43 Titans on River 92.7.
Wagner Auto Hills Vacation Home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
T-Area High School. Ryan Oakland play-by-play. Caleb Rosick on camera. William Wilson in studio. Governors trying to hang tough as they've done for much of this game, but T-Area scored the last 4 to build that lead. Here's Dilgis fading away. 15-footer off the right wing. No good. Shaw down with a rebound. Dilgis scored 3 buckets in the third period, but hasn't scored here in the fourth yet. He has 6 points. 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Dashel Lowry checked in for the Titans in that timeout. Little give and go here, screen and roll. Wiebenga actually makes the move, and he'll pull up from the left elbow and hit. Griffin Wiebenga with 16 points. And that's the difference right now, 59-43. 6 unanswered for the Titans. Dilgis directs traffic to Williger on the wing, tries to screen for Deal, but Jaron puts it on the floor, now trying to back in. Into the paint, creating contact. Good no call there. Rebound is down to Mitch Grant. There was contact, but it was really instigated by the shooter, Jaron Deal. And the rebound is down to the Titans as they look to continue to pile it on. 2:10 left. Shad pulls up for 3, top of the key. Too much on that, but there is Caden Williamson, unobstructed for the offensive rebound and the putback. Williamson a little quiet tonight, but he has 4, and that was a big one. Dill just drives, and he let it go out of bounds, thinking that the Titans got a hand on it. And now with an 18-point Titan lead, under 2 minutes to play, the Governor turnover. And Larry Aker will empty his bench. Starting 5+1, played well tonight, but it will fall to 2 and 6 most likely. Get new names and numbers in. Trey Severin is in there, big guy off the bench for the Titans, along with Braden Smith, a 6'4 senior. He's got it now. Right block, guarded by Jagger Gardner for the Governors. Shot is up, no good, and the rebound comes down. Tayson Steele, who played a minute in this game. Theron Forster is in. Shot up there for Larry Clark, who had a great game in the JV game. The three-pointer, though, no good. And the Titans will get the rebound and take a timeout. Maybe to just swap personnel. It's Dashel Lowry, who has played significant minutes in this game, will check out. Drew Weber sends in Arden McGraw, 6'2 senior. Caden Bonenberger still in there. He's the only one who's had significant minutes in this game on the floor right now. Lucas Randall, a 6'1 sophomore, in there too. Here's Braden Smith to Randall. Now Bonenberger, guarded by Forster. He gets screened off. Bonenberger to the left side. Sends it back to McGraw. Loses the dribble, picks it back up again, and in fact drives, but no good. Keeps it alive. Shot clock still going. Bonenberger for 3. That's no good. Clark has a Governor rebound. And the Govs head the other way. JV's on the floor. Here's Forster for three. That one online, but comes up off the front of the rim. No good. Bounced off the glass, and it's down to Severin and the Titans. 30 seconds to play in this one. Here's a steal for Spencer Olivier. Denying, but now taken right back by the Titans. Governors have 11 turnovers in this second half, 10 of them now on T-area steals. It's the steals that turned into transition baskets that are going to be the difference in this game tonight. The shot clock is off for the Titans. They can run it out. But Bonenberger's driving baseline. Kicks it back into the lane. Here's the senior, Severin. He'll put it up and in. Trey Severin. Spelled differently than the Severins in Pierre, by the way, but he will finish this thing off, and it turns into a 20-point margin of victory for the T-area Titans. But this game, for much of it, was much closer than the final margin of victory. But a good win for the Titans. The Governors played well, I would say, for about 2/3 of this basketball game, but they will fall to 2-6 with the 20-point loss. The Governors' fourth straight defeat. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, T-area 63 and Pierre 43. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. I need a break. We'll take one as well. 3 minutes, and we'll talk about it in our Family Dental postgame. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
We're back at T-area High School as the Titans defeat the Governors 63-43, and we welcome you to our Family Dental post-game show. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. I'm Brian Oakland, and before we get into the postgame, let's remind you you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. When you're distracted, who's driving?
Well, a lot of good things tonight for the Pierre Governors, but a couple of lapses in offensive play, let's put it that way, as in the first quarter they went 2 of 11. In the fourth quarter, they went 2 of 11 on the floor. But they did play pretty well in streaks, especially throughout this game. The unfortunate thing for the Governors, and the reason that the Titans won it as they did, was their anticipation on offense. It's one of the things I'll be asking Coach Larry Aker when he comes up here to chat in the post game, assuming he does. But before this game, we talked about the Governors in trying to get their anticipation going defensively against the passing and of their opponents when the opponents are on the offensive end. And maybe the Governors did a little bit better job of that tonight, but they did not do much in anticipation on the offensive end, unfortunately, because T-Area saw a lot of passes coming, Gavin Shaw in particular, but turnovers turned into easy breakaway layups or otherwise good and well-executed transition baskets. Titans had a lot of points in transition in this game, and that's why they win it by 20 in the end, 63-43. It was 16-6 at the end of one, as Thierry got things going with a couple of threes after a slow start in that first quarter of play, and they outscored the Governors 14-9 in a very interesting second quarter. The Governors scored the first 9 points of the second period. They went from 16-6 down to being down by only 1 at 16-15, but then, lo and behold, the Titans responded and scored the last 14 points of the second period, and they had a comfortable margin at 30-15. Then the Governors had a great third quarter. Sincere Wilson came out after Logan Whitty sustained an ankle injury at the end of the first half of play. Wilson put in 9 points early on in that third period and helped the Governors. And Lincoln Dill just hit a few shots. Corday Austin, I guess he only hit 1, but Jaron Deal hit a 3-pointer and another 2. Governors outscored the Titans 23-16 in that third quarter of play. And then I'll tell you what, just from where we're sitting, Drew Weber, we could hear him laying into his players and trying to get them fired back up to come back out in the fourth quarter. And the Titans did respond, and they end up outscoring the Govs 17-5 in that fourth quarter. So they win it 63-43. They improved to 7-1 on the season. The Governors fall to 2-6. Now the head coach is with us, Larry Aker, to talk about this one. And Coach, I just mentioned it to the folks listening, but one of the things we talked about in pregame today is trying to do a little bit better job in anticipation of passes defensively. And judging from what happened at Sioux Falls, Washington on Saturday to when you're defending the Titans here tonight, maybe there was improvements in that, but unfortunately the anticipation on the offensive end, you just you maybe telegraphed too many passes tonight in that transition. The steals turned into layups. There's just too many of that for the Titans tonight, and I think that's just the biggest difference in what otherwise was a pretty well played game on your part.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we told them in the locker room is, the points that they got, were our mistakes, and they capitalized on it. And we talked at halftime too, is when it was half court against half court, we were winning that battle, but we were losing the other battle. But again, I'm just proud of those. They played with a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Especially after Logan went down, and basically we just Ironmanned it in the third quarter there. So they expended a lot of energy, and I knew it was going to be a tough task, to come back from that far down. But we sure could have just rolled over and let them blow us out, and they just kept battling. And but it was very physical game. And I thought in the first half we were really looking for them to call a foul. And we just told them at halftime, look, they're not going to, they're not quit looking for it. Just, go be the more physical team then. And I thought we did that, and we responded well in the third quarter. But again, they made shots when they needed to, and we had a couple costly turnovers in there too.
You mentioned Logan Whitty. Looks like is it just a sprain? He's out on crutches with ice on the ankle. I assume just a sprain.
Yeah, hopefully. Their trainer really wasn't too sure, but he said it does hurt quite a bit, but hopefully he'll probably have to get some X-rays to make sure there's not a fracture in there. Hopefully, but we hope the best him and a quick recovery. I knew it wasn't pretty good when he's a tough kid, and he's turned his ankle a couple times in practice and just kind of shook his head a little bit and kind of walked it off. So when he didn't want to get up, I knew it wasn't good.
just not enough tape to, I guess, to make it feel a little bit better. But and obviously you just don't have the luxury of going deep to your bench, at least not at this point. But Sincere comes in and throws 9 points down, and it just looks like this kid can play. I just wish he had about 6 or 7 more inches on his frame because he knows how to score, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's so quick. He can get to the basket pretty much anytime, but then again, the height factor comes in. But I thought again we made a step in the right direction. I didn't feel necessarily we did that the last couple games, but I thought tonight we did, and it started with effort. I thought our effort was, really good, and so kind of sounded like a broken record, but the things we're seeing are all fixable.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to keep working hard in practice and, working on those things and, making better decisions. And, a lot of that comes from just a lack of varsity experience.
Sure. You talked about the physicality in this game. And one thing I really haven't mentioned is I thought at times that maybe if Cooper could have gotten a little more physical himself and maybe a little more aggressive to try to get some scoring opportunities. But now in hindsight, man, they were doubling him down. They were double teaming him pretty much every time he had the basketball. It would have been obviously quite difficult to score over 2 defenders. But, is there some opportunities that you can maybe exploit maybe in games going forward in that regard?
Yeah, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to work on, get there. And, and actually I thought that's when we made our run with the third was just getting him a post touch. He let, and then our guys were moving well, cutting well, and he was able to find them for, a nice, easy bucket. So that's just something that, we really haven't worked on until, this last week. And you take one day of practice of working on it, and it's, not doing, enough justice. So it's just something we got to keep working on and, getting a little more familiar with.
Basketball term, I guess, valuing possessions, and that's got to be the key going forward. You get a full week now, and hopefully you can rest your guards a little bit here, and those that need some time to recoup. But the Douglas Patriots are at your gym, one of 2 games next week, and obviously a winnable game, but you still don't beat anybody if you're not executing. I thought tonight, though, you play like you did tonight, you've got a pretty good shot at getting a W next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And it starts with the effort, and just got to make better decisions, especially in transition and, and even in, I guess, in the half court set too. We're really working on, they don't see everybody on the floor. And that's just something that's just got to come with more experience of, when you're in offense, you got to see all 5 defenders, not just be locked in one thing. And I think right now the game might be just maybe a little fast, and that's why they're not seeing it. And that just, again, it comes from a lack of varsity experience and that speed, which again, it'll just keep coming. From the beginning of the year till now, we've gotten better. So they're just going to continue to work hard and get better. And I guess that at this point, that's all we can do.
All right, Coach. Well, again, I thought a great effort tonight. Just a couple of 2 for 11 first and fourth quarters, kind of get you offensively. Of course, with the T area steals and transition. Yeah, I look forward to seeing those things improve, and look forward to getting back out there on Tuesday. So wish you the best going forward. Appreciate your time.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Larry Aker, the head coach of the Governors. They fall by 20, but this game is a heck of a lot closer in the grand scheme of things than a 20-point margin of victory. 63-43, the Titans get the victory here tonight. Governors hit 11 of 21 on the floor in that second half. Overall, 17 of 43. Hit 3 out of 12 from three-point range, just 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Jaron Deal leads Pierre with 14 points tonight. Sincere Austin off the bench with 9. Corday Austin with 9 as well. 7 of his, though, came in the second period. And he finishes with 9. Then 6 points for Lincoln Dilgis. Cooper Terwilliger held to 5 tonight. Logan Whitty, who was injured, did not score this evening. 43 points on the board for the Govs. Titans, after a 14 of 22 second half, will overall put down 27 out of 48. Great shooting percentage. That includes 6 of 19 from outside the arc. They also are 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Gavin Shaw, the 6'1 junior, leads everybody in this one, though. 27 points overall, helped out by Griffin Weavingo with a solid 16. Mitch Grant will check in with 9. And then 4 points for Caden Williamson and Caden Bonenberger with a 3-pointer down. 2 points for Lane Sieber and 2 for Trey Severin, a role-playing senior, off the bench the last 2 of the night. 63-43 the final. Governors out-rebounded the Titans 23-19 overall, 7-4 on the offensive end. Dilgis and Terwilliger lead the Govs with 7 rebounds each, 8 turnovers with the Governors inducing, and Pierre had 7 steals in those 8 turnovers, but T area was better than that. Pierre with 17 turnovers, and I have 14 of them coming from steals. Shaw had 5 of those individually by my stat sheet. 9 assisted baskets for the Governors. T area has 15, and that all spells a 63-43 victory for the T area Titans. There's more to come in our post-game show. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back, talk about big plays in this game from Hermanson Endodontics. We still have a Cowboy Country Stores player of the game forthcoming as well. Your Family Dental post-game continues in 2 minutes. This is Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Family Dental postgame continues 63-43. T-Area gets a 20-point victory over the Governors, and they didn't do it without big plays of the game. And, of course, certainly not without some highlight plays of the game. Rounds Financial Services of Pierre sponsors highlight plays throughout the game. Go talk to them. They make your money work for you. But the biggest plays of the game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in our post game. We'll hear from them, touch on big plays of a 20-point victory for the T-Area Titans when we come back with Pierre Governor Basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and our big plays are plays that just happened too many times tonight as far as the Governors are concerned, but plays made by Gavin Shaw and the T-Area Titans, especially on the defensive end. I mentioned 14 steals out of 17 Pierre turnovers tonight, and it is those steals, many of which turned into transition baskets, many of them turned into uncontested breakaway layups, and in some senses tonight for the Titans, as far as the Governors are concerned, it got a little too easy, even though the Governors really did a lot of fine things tonight. And, if you want to see some of those things, just rewatch this game. But transitions off of steals are the big plays in this basketball game, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And with that, we've got players of the game to mention, and player of the game is brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. For the Governors, Jaron Deal with 14 points, leading the way, the only double-figure score. Corday Austin did have 9, but, man, second time in a row Sincere Wilson has gotten into a game and come up with some instant offense. He had 6 points in a bit of a flurry in the second half at Sioux Falls, Washington on Saturday. Tonight he had 9 points to spearhead a third quarter in which the Governors outscored the Titans 23-16. They were down by 15 at the half. They cut it to 8 at the end of the third quarter. But again, offense went cold in the fourth, unfortunately. But Sincere Wilson with a great ball game, 9 points off the bench tonight. And if the Govs play without Logan Whitty for another week or so, Sincere Wilson's going to have to come up big once again, perhaps, when the Governors play again in a week, hosting the Douglas Patriots on Tuesday night. But we'll look at the T-Area Titans and player of the game candidates. Let's first hear from our player of the game sponsor, Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. The Titans are led by, I'm going to say, 3 players tonight. Mitch Grant had 9 points, but he's got some rebounds, got some steals and assists tonight. He's doing a lot of good things, just as he did on the football field for the Titans this past season. Griffin Wiebenga, obviously, a lot of good things from him on the football field, and he had 16 points, including a couple of threes that kind of were the answers for the Governors. He hit one in the third and one in the fourth, as one in the fourth really came at a good time to really help the Titans build a cushion again. And 16 points for Wiebenga, and he had 4 rebounds in the first half. I didn't have him for any more in the second half, but he also dishes out a few assists in this game. But tonight, this game belonged to Gavin Shaw, the 6'1 junior, with 27 points. He was 3 for 7 from outside the arc, but he hit a lot of twos, and he was the one who really got the steal game and the transition game going for the Titans in this one. I've got him with 6 steals overall, but a great shooting percentage because he attempted a lot of high percentage shots, and he leads the world with 27 points in this game to lead the Titans to the victory tonight. Gavin Shaw is tonight's player of the game. From Cowboy Country Stores, he's got a T-shirt noting his accomplishments tonight and helping the Titans to the victory. Titans are 7-1 on the season, and they've got a couple of games coming up this weekend, Friday night at Sioux Falls Jefferson and Saturday afternoon when they head up to Aberdeen Central to take on a struggling Golden Eagle team. Governors are done for the week now. They can use the time to practice up. They've got 2 games next week, both at home, both here on River 92.7. A week from tonight, Govs host the Douglas Patriots in a very winnable matchup there. And then Thursday night next week, the Governors will host the Brandon Valley Lynx. Hope you can join us for that. Governor girls, who have been off since Saturday, did not play tonight. They won't play T-Area until a few weeks from now at home. But their next game will be a week from tonight when they go out to Douglas. It'll be a winnable game for them as well, as that game will be on KGFX next Tuesday night. T-Titans do come to Pierre for wrestling on Thursday. Our next broadcast gives you a doubleheader. The Governors will wrestle in a duel against T-Area at 4 o'clock, and then followed by a break as T-Area duels Watertown, who will also be there, and then the Governors against the Arrows in a key ESD matchup coming up at 7 o'clock also, or so, from Riggs High Gym. Both Pierre duels with a break in between. We'll be here on River 92.7 starting at about a 3:30 pregame coming up. Other Governor sports on the way. Wrestling, as we mentioned, after that triangular, girls and boys will both be at the Mitchell Invitational on Saturday at the all-new Mitchell High School gym. Gymnastics will duel Hot Springs at the admin building behind McDonald's on Saturday at 12 o'clock noon. And the Oahe Capitals hockey has a busy weekend coming up. Girls will be at Brookings on Friday night, at Watertown Saturday, and at home. Then they'll be at home against Rushmore and Sioux Falls the following weekend. The boys are at Brookings on Saturday this weekend, and then that's their only game of the weekend. They will host Huron the following Friday, and then Brandon Valley on Saturday and Sioux Falls on Sunday. So they do have busy schedules coming up. Not quite as busy this weekend as I was originally making that out to be, but look at Oahe Capitals hockey schedule coming up as well. Final reminder for those on the road during the winter time, especially for high school sports or whatever the case, remember, don't veer for deer. That reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Buckle up every trip, every time, too. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. Thanks to William Wilson for running the show in studio, to Caleb Brozick for live ticket for running the show camera-wise here. You can rewatch this game on the GoGovs Live YouTube link, and maybe through the drgnews.com website as well. If you want more basketball tonight, just look around to other stations of DRG Media Group. We've got a good Tuesday going on. But your final score here on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the T-Area Titans knock off the Pierre Governors 63-43. Good effort by the Govs, but again, much closer than that final margin of victory scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Till we meet with you again on Thursday, high school wrestling at Riggs High Gym featuring T-Area and Watertown. I'm Brian Oakland. Thanks for listening, and we wish you a great evening. This has been a presentation of the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ram Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.